So what causes anxiety? There are many causes. So let's just rule out genetics. Let's just rule out there's a biochemical imbalance, right? Let's just rule out that. For most of us, something has initiated the threat reflex in our subconscious, or primarily, actually, the structure of the brain is near the amygdala level, or in the limbic system. You see this yellow brownish stuff, right? That is our carry forward part of our cave woman and man ancestors, right? That is where all our fears, our anxieties come in there. Our memories come from there. Our habits also come from there. Also, our our pleasures, right? What we have 5 senses, whatever your 5 senses pleasures are, they all are coming also from there. All this other part, this other green part, the bigger one, is the higher brain. And so the limbic system, or the animal brain, or the primal brain, this yellow and brown stuff, is the lower brain. It's very animalistic. So what has happened is either something in the past, it has happened, right? And it has felt anti-fragile. So you see, the role, really the most basic role of a subconscious and our primal brain is keep you alive. It doesn't care to keep you like a functioning adult, right? To keep you happy, love, it's safety. So to keep you alive and safe. That's it, right? But all the good feelings that you want, joy, on purpose, right? It's not going to do it unless you program it, right? So what happens is, just imagine this is your subconscious, right? And your feeling is, it goes, keep me safe. Am I under threat? Keep me safe. Am I under threat? Keep me safe. It's constantly just looking. And when something scares you, just for example, you're driving and somebody swerves into your lane, you go, what? Right? It's really excited, and then it goes back down. So this is the threat reflex. So you got cortisol, you got epinephrine, and there's a whole bunch of neurotransmitters flooding your body. Okay? So, however, if something has happened in the past, so imagine this is an event that happened, it fell right through. It has happened in the past. Your threat reflex cannot go back to baseline. You see, right? Whatever it is, it has not processed it nicely, right? You cannot go back and feel calm. So you're constantly hypervigilant. This is the threat reflex. So you got the fight, flight, freeze, right? Fight, flight, freeze. Does that make sense? The fight response, right, of the threat reflex is you're combative. You're a bit more aggressive. You don't know why. You're always on the edge. The flight one is you're hyper vigilant. You're feeling scared, fearful. There's a lot of avoidance. You say no to so many things in your life. You're just afraid something is going to happen, right? The other one is freeze. You just you feel paralyzed. You just cannot do anything, right? And so what this kicks off, and here's the other part of this thing, right? The nature of the brain, and the nature of the brain then is if you're not careful with it, you get into really addictive behaviors that either distract that feeling you have, the anxiety feeling you have. You use distraction, so you can go into addictive behaviors, right? From food, chocolate, alcohol, you name it, shopping, right? Amazon Prime, by the way, I love Amazon Prime. Okay. Do you understand? You just get into addictive behaviors that either numb you or distract that lousy feeling you have. The program that I am doing is actually we go into the subconscious. So this is happening at a subconscious level. This is not happening logically. Did something really happen to you? Now, some of my clients cannot remember what is the trigger that has started this thing that makes you feel makes you feel fragile. My goal is to help you feel stronger, not so fragile. There's a phrase out there called anti-fragile, right? So it's more like you want to be more resolute, more stronger, more resilient. That's the word. Slipped out of my mind. You become more resilient, and that is what my rapid relief techniques that I use, right? My customized anxiety relief program is just to help you that using hypnosis and various other modalities. So your threat reflex, instead of being hypervigilant and anxious all the time like this, it goes back down to base level. Does that make sense? Now, I do want to explain to you, there are 3 ways we can traumatize ourselves. Now, when I'm talking about trauma, it doesn't have to be even like some of the stuff I look back in my life, in my patients too, my clients, I mean, they look at it, they say, after the sessions are done, like, wow, it seems like my subconscious blew it way out of proportion. Here's the funny thing. We are sensitive creatures, right? And it all comes down again to this region, the limbic system, the primal brain, right? The animal brain, the lower brain, right? We can feel traumatized. And once again, the trauma doesn't have to be with a capital T, like a major life-threatening, like a major event. It could be even small things, right? First one, there are 3 ways you can traumatize yourself. Something bad happened directly to you. That's the first way. It happened directly to you. You experienced it. The second one is it never happened to you, but you witnessed it. You saw it. Right? You saw dad really hitting mom. And you felt helpless. Right? You saw that happening. You saw an accident. I mean, you were there and you witnessed it, even though it didn't happen to you. Right? So then that can cause us a trauma in there. A small, right? Then the third one is it did not happen to you. You did not even witness it firsthand, but you heard about it. Or you saw it on a TV, like 9/11, for example. Right? Horrific. Horrific. I mean, I used to work in World Trade Center 1, and I was in Pennsylvania when it happened. Right? And I still remember that day, right? It's still, right? So, I wasn't in New York City. I wasn't in World Trade Center, but I just saw it. So, you understand, I'm removed. Yet, I was like, what? So, there's so many ways that can trigger off the threat reflex, right? So, again, what I was saying to you earlier is, the approach, the customized anxiety relief hypnosis program that I create, that I customize for you, is a bottom-up event. It's a bottom-up approach. It is safe. It is easy. It is relaxing. Okay? And it enters from where the problem is created at the subconscious. So it's not so up there, and it just calms down, and let's bring it down to baseline. Right? So you're not so hypervigilant and so feeling anxious. You get a tremendous amount of relief, and you start to make life happen on purpose. If you haven't already made that appointment to have a free consultation, right, in a short period of time, we can move the needle in your life into the positive direction. If you want something different in your life, doing the same thing is not going to get you where you are. There's got to be a certain point when you realize, you know what, this is not working. If you are currently in therapy or using medication, the work that I do will expedite the healing process even faster, deeper. It works so well together. Okay? Cheers.